Today I will explain how small discount of just 5% or eating deductibles will absolutely destroy your roofing business. This video is both for homeowners and contractors. Guys, I'm not kidding you. Eating or waiving deductibles are absolute evil in roofing business. Every year, thousands of companies going under. If you're the homeowner, please watch what's happening to the business owner and his business when you ask him for 5% discount or waive the deductible. If you're the contractor, please understand your numbers because numbers don't lie, people do. First of all, I wanted to give huge credit to Mr. Scott Siegel. I met Scott at the ICO Profit Conference just last month. I give him props. He is an amazing teacher. I was absolutely blown away how well Mr. Siegel knows his business and roofing business. So he is worth following, guys, but let's dig into his report. What I'm gonna show you guys is simple difference between regular price and 5% discount and what it does to your business. So we're going to look at $1 million, standard price in business, how many jobs you have to do, average job price, cost of goods, gross profit, marketing cost, sales cost, overhead, and net profit. So if you do $1 million, it will take you about 100 jobs at a $10,000 average job sale price. Cost of goods will be about $500,000. Up to this point, everybody thinking, oh, it's lucrative, how awesome it is. I want to open a roofing business right now because your gross profit is $500,000. Well, wait until you see the rest of the numbers. So your marketing will be about $100,000, a little bit too high, but I would say conservative. And then your sales cost, which is commissions, will be averaging about 10%, $100,000. Your overhead will be about 20%, $200,000. Your overhead is, your receptionist, your employees, your cost of doing business overall, your building, your truck, your fuel, and stuff like that. And your net profit is 10%, industry standard. If you know roofing industry, this numbers can go up and down a little bit, but overall, it's a great picture to look at the roofing business. Looks all good, right? Well, let's see what's going to happen if we give 5% discount to all of those jobs. Very common in the roofing industry. If you're a sales rep, you can't bid on a job. There's always somebody who's willing to do it for less. There's always somebody willing to waive the deductible. Here's what's happening just with the 5%. By the way, if you are waiving deductibles, you have to confess your roofing sales sins because it's absolutely a sin and you will be punished for that. So 5%. Now you're going to do $950,000. You're going to be getting those jobs. And if you do only 100 jobs, everything else stays the same. So obviously your average sales price is going to go to $9,500. Cost of goods is going to be the same. Gross profit going to go down because here all the numbers are going to be the same. Your sales cost is going to be $5,000 less. So your sales guy is still getting paid just $5,000 less. Your overhead going to stay the same, but the only number that really takes a hit here, it's a net profit because you can't save anywhere else. Now you're only making $55,000 by doing $1 million in sales. So you pretty much cut your profit in half just by offering 5% discount. Now you look at this, obviously you're not going to be good. It's not enough to be in business and worthwhile to be, to move $1 million. So what you do? Well, you have to make at least $100,000. Let's look at the numbers of getting even. Just to get even to $100,000 in profit, now this is the most craziest number you will see. You have to sell $1.7 million. You have to do 182 jobs. That's with a 5% discount. Everything else is going to stay not the same, but proportionally bigger. So your average job still going to be $9,500. Your cost of goods is going to be $910,000. So you're moving way too more materials. Your gross profit is going to be $813,000. Your marketing is going to be $181,000. Your sales cost is going to be $173,000. So your sales guys making way more. And then your overhead going to grow as well because to do $1.7 million, you obviously need more people in the office, production managers, so on. $359,000. And then your profit finally going to be $100,000. So the question to you, if you're a roofing contractor, which number is more appealing to you? Would you rather do 100 jobs and make $100,000, or would you rather do 182 jobs and do $100,000. For example, my business, we're not really big. Last year, 2018, we did $4.2 million out of our Minneapolis location. We collected $172,000 in insurance deductibles. Not a crazy number, but think about if I would be waiving it. $172,000 is a lot of, money on the table. So if I would be waiving those, just by doing 4.2, I would have to do about $7 million to justify it to make the same amount of profits. It's crazy. And by the way, I would be risking my business, I would be violating law, and a lot of other bad things would be happening behind the doors as well. So I'm not willing to do $7 million to have the same profit as I would do with the $4 million. So if you're the homeowner also, which business do you think have longer job history, longer business history? Most businesses here, they're failing. That's why you will see companies who are doing $8 million, $9 million, $20 million, and they go on under. Why? Because they're not profitable. I would rather you do business with a $4 million company that does it right, doesn't waive deductible, because by the way, average deductible is way more than 5%. You see average deductible is right now about $1,000, $1,500, and it's going up. If you're in Texas, Colorado, Florida, your average deductible is actually in thousands, $4,000, $5,000. The only misleading number here, in my opinion, is this number right here, $181,000 of marketing cost in getting even category. I don't think that companies who are cheaper going to be spending 10%. Most likely they're going to spend 2-3%. Companies who are usually the cheapest, don't waive deductibles, they don't market themselves. Their closing rate is way higher. They still get in trouble in other areas. Like for example, their average job price is going to go way down, number of jobs going to go up, cost of goods going to go up. I mean, their overhead probably going to be bigger because they have to hire way more people to operate. The risk is overall greater because now you move in a lot of jobs. You have to have more manpower to collect on those jobs. So you need more office staff. You have to have more people in the field. I don't think you're going to be spending 10%. If you are spending 10%, you honestly should be here. So what's happening is a lot of guys, they're saying, well, I'm saving on marketing, so now I can afford to waive a deductible because I'm not on the TV, I'm not on the Google, I'm not, I don't have radio bills and billboard bills. They sell it on the price. And that price, I believe, still costs them arm and a leg, and it still puts their business in danger. So if you're the contractor, do you know your numbers? Please comment below. I would like to hear from you. What are your profit margins? Do you want to do more jobs for less? Because if you don't have at least 10% net profit margin, I mean, you're doing something wrong. And we are, as a roofers, have to unite, have to watch for each other. We have to be careful with the competition who is, I don't think they're actually our competition, guys who are doing it for less and waiving deductibles. I call them criminals for what they are. A lot of storm chasers are doing that because they don't have presence in the market, and the only way to sell is actually by discounting their services. So how do we get out of the problem that we have? Well, we all have to have our standard prices. We all have to build our brands and do what's right and sell on something else, not the price. Maybe offering better services, better products, some uniqueness. People will go with you even if you're higher price, as long as your service is good and you convince the homeowner that the roof that you put on going to be there for 20-30 years. If you like content like this, I want to personally invite you to our roofing business school or our conference, roofing process conference, to learn more and to have amazing sessions about numbers and to understand your business better. Subscribe to this channel. I'll see you at one of our events.